Guys, EFK and so I want to talk about Angry Birds, Sega acquisition, and whether or not we could see some of these games return. Because for those that know, Sega obviously just bought Rovio Entertainment, who makes Angry Birds. Obviously, that's quite an interesting story. Sega's obviously starting to get into mobile gaming, and Angry Birds is obviously the most notable franchise within this acquisition. Now, I want to talk about whether or not Sega will bring back certain Angry Birds titles. I've got a list here of the four main ones I want them to bring back, as well as I'm going to mention some other ones here that I know that they can't bring back due to other issues. So, the first one I want to talk about is Angry Birds Seasons. Angry Birds Seasons was actually the second Angry Birds game made. Angry Birds Seasons obviously hugely popular. It was one where they updated it over time throughout the seasons. Obviously, seasons changed, and obviously you could play different seasons like spring, summer, autumn, winter. That is one that I think they need to bring back. They need to bring it back, obviously, when they can. Obviously, they got a new updated engine that they did with the Rovio Classics Angry Birds game, so they could easily slap this in that engine, and obviously, there you go. Then Bob's your uncle. You've got the game back. Another one I want them to bring back is Angry Birds Epic. This was a turn-based RPG in the Angry Birds universe. Hugely popular game, great little RPG, and I feel like this is one that they need to bring back as well. Obviously, Angry Birds Epic is obviously hugely popular still. Problem is, obviously, the game's been delisted, so you can't actually download it on either iOS or Android now. So we kind of need it brought back. Come on, Sega, do us a favour, do us solid. Another one I want to talk about is Angry Birds Space. Angry Birds Space is obviously a hugely popular, hugely well-known one. Angry Birds Space, it being one of the original games, and this kind of led up to them doing a Star Wars collaboration. But I feel like Angry Birds Space is obviously the perfect one for them to work as well, because obviously it's such a cool little game, such a cool environment. But obviously they've delisted it, so you can't actually download it. Finally, you got Angry Birds, the original game, which people are like, oh, you can still play it. Yeah, you can still play it on iOS, but not on Android, which is unfortunate. So if you've got an Android phone, you're straight out of luck if you're trying to actually play this game. Hopefully, Sega does see common sense here and they bring back this game. I think, or at least on Android as well, and obviously rebrand it from Red's First Flight back to Angry Birds on iOS. But we have to wait to see what they do. I also want to talk about Angry Birds Star Wars and Angry Birds Rio, which are two ones I've seen a lot of people requesting come back. I don't think these games will come back due to them being licensed to movies. Angry Birds Space maybe brought back. Angry Birds Space may be brought back. Angry Birds Star Wars might be brought back due to obviously Disney being quite open with licensing its IPs. But whether or not paying the license to actually bring this game back is worth it, due to obviously the actual age of the games now, remains to be seen. Plus, you also got to consider, the fact that, well, Angry Birds Rio is based on a film that was in 2014, so there's no point in them bringing it back, really, because obviously there's not been a new Rio film since 2016, so it begs to question whether or not that's worth paying to bring back. There you guys, let me know your thoughts about this. Do you agree, do you disagree, do you want to see these games brought back? Let me know in the comments down below. If you're new, make sure to subscribe, like, share, comment, turn notifications. I've been EFK, and I'm signing out. Peace.